What say you re Fresco's redevelopment?
Proposed redevelopment, Mary. Proposed redevelopment.
Well, I, for one, intend to fight it tooth and nail. I mean, why move Fresco's from its original location? And why make it 40% bigger?
Those are questions, Mr. Cole, and people want answers.
And we certainly don't need another petrol station.
Well, you say that, but there's queues for the garage that back up all the way to Weatherfield Road East.
Building on the Fimbry Road site will be calamitous for the local environment, not to mention the children who like to play on those swings.
But we're talking about the creation of somewhere in the region of 438 jobs.
Including construction. The vast majority of those jobs will disappear before they've even cut the ribbon. It's those small businesses that are being squeezed out of existence. Did you know, for every £1 spent in this town, 18 pence is spent at Fresco's?
Oh, that's another question, Mr. Cole, and people want answers.
Go on, Sal. But where are your statistics coming from?
Straight off the top of his head, that's where they're coming from.
I'm more than happy to quote my sources.
Go on, then, quote your source.
In this case, it was my colleague.
Oh, my colleague. I mean, did you hear that, everybody? Hearsay and gossip, that's where Mr. Cole gets his facts from.
I said 14 pence, not 18. He's exaggerating.
Perhaps we should move on?
Or doesn't the person who asked the question get a chance to speak?
What about schools? Half the schools in Manchester seem to be turning into academies. Where do you stand on that?
Mr. Cole, after you.
Schools.
Instrumental is the word he uses. Would you like to tell everybody how you were instrumental in the restoration of Maddie Heath's memorial mural, Mr. Cole?
I told him she'd have him on that.
Maddie Heath was very dear to me. She was something of an urchin when she first came to my attention.
She was a canny little thing.
Oh, don't you start.
Sally.
And without my backing and support, there wouldn't be any graffiti on that wall.
Some might say that's a good thing. Graffiti is not to everybody's taste.
Well, wouldn't you like to be remembered when you're gone? Isn't a piece of artwork on a wall any different from a portrait in a gallery or a statue in a town square?
No, those are questions. They were answers.
Just for that. You lied, Norris, so that everyone would think you're compassionate, but everybody round here knows that you're nothing of the sort. You're just a small-minded gossip who likes to stick his neb into everybody's business.
As the local newsagent and stationer, I do have a broad customer base, that is true, whose welfare and well-being it is incumbent upon me to inquire after.
That's just another way of saying he's nosy.
Added to which, I have been 6 times elected Neighbourhood Watch Coordinator for this entire region.
When he says region, he means street.
Well, you haven't been watching very closely, have you, with the amount of burglary and assault that goes on around here?
I don't feel safe in my own bed.
Well, neither would I, sleeping next to Kirk.
To quote a statesman I've always felt a certain kinship with, you can please some of the people, some
It's
of...
my line.
Abraham Lincoln, they carved his head into a mountain.
Yes, we know who Abraham Lincoln is.
Well, thanks to your vigilance, the streets are crawling with riffraff. Isn't that right, Jenny? Sitting here amongst you is a lady who should really be doing time for kidnap.
Don't rise to it, love.
I, for one, believe in giving people a second chance.
Well, that's where you and I differ, Mr. Cole. Once a sinner, always a sinner.
So what about your husband, Sally?
What about my husband?
Well, how do you feel about his incarceration for his part in the poll tax riots?
What do you think you're playing at?
I know what you two have been up to. Keeping Martha here against her will. Well, she's safe now, right? And as soon as she gets this passport, she's...
Have a look at the passport.
What are you doing?